Hello and welcome back. I am Darcy Darkness and this is Behind the Mash Reviews. How are you? Let's get on with this. This is Joshua Weissman's Unapologetic Cookbook. Last week I was not in the best moods with Mr. Weissman because of his biryani recipe that's actually not in this book, by the way, that he did advertise his book, but it's not in this book. But anyway, I bought this book because my husband watches a lot of Joshua's videos on YouTube, and when I'm gaming, it's all I can hear because I've got one ear out usually, because I am antisocial at the best of times, but I like to keep my ear out just in case someone's speaking to me. So I end up hearing Joshua's voice plaguing on my brain constantly when he's talking. And again, his way of doing his videos is his way, his own unique way, and I absolutely detested it at the start. Now I'm used to it, but there's probably people who don't like how I do videos. But again, everybody has their own style, and he's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and I've just been complaining to myself and my family. So this book, #1 New York Times bestseller. Do I think it is? I really do. I like the fact that he breaks down everything in a really good way, and it's very clear communication. Unlike when he's doing his videos, I have to kind of turn off my brain when he's just the way he does it. I'm just very particular about what I watch. But I love this book because people can implement things. They can implement how their kind of level of cooking, or even their interest level in cooking. They can adapt. They can also improve. Maybe there's, like, again, there's stuff in this book that you might not know how to make. Like, there's, let's take a look. Basic stock, again, something that I know of, and that's how you get the most out of, like, your chicken. It's something that I learned from my mum, who wasn't the best. Like, she was not, like, she would tell you, sorry, she passed away recently. She would tell me, like, how she didn't know how to, like, make a chicken stretch, basically, for those weeks that you maybe didn't have as much money, and what you could do with it. And it was actually an old babysitter of mine that showed my mum how to actually cook from scratch, and I learned a lot from her too. So the whole thing of when you bake the chicken and take all the meat off, and then whatever vegetables and stuff that you've left over or anything that you need used up, you can put in a pot with water, or you can put it into like a pressure cooker with water and everything, and then make really gelatinous stock. I've noticed using the pressure cooker you get more out of it, and especially when you roast your chicken, you get the goodness out of it, the collagen and the vitamins and minerals that are really, really good. And again, you don't have to just use it for yourself. As long as you don't put garlic and onions in it, you can give it to your dog. So it's another really good thing because of the collagen in the bones. And then you've got things like nut butters. Again, some people don't know that you can make your own. Again, it can be expensive, depending if you got a good deal on like peanuts or almonds or whatever. You could, because again, there's always deals in shops. Like yellow stickers you get here, you could easily do that. Jams as well, jams like jellies, marmalades and all that, similar things. Again, the lacto fermentation of vegetables, which is always good, fermented veg. And I also see, if you have a greenhouse like myself, you can take these sort of guides and you can pickle and again ferment your veggies and your fruit and stuff so it lasts longer and has a better shelf life, instead of wasting what you've grown. Because I tend to only grow things I can eat. I don't see the point in growing flowers and stuff, because again, you can eat edible flowers, I get that, but I would rather just eat. I have a surplus amount of veggies and fruit. Last year it was only tomatoes as a fruit I grew, but everything else was vegetables. And again here, pickle anything. Again, you can pick up really cheap deals in the shop, things that are maybe going to be going out of date in a couple of days. You could easily do that, like with chilies and onions and root veg, which is really good. And I really, really like the layout of the book after I've spent so much time bitching about how his channel is. Again, there's faux. Again, the butter is something I already know how to do because I was keto. I used to make my own butter with milk that again wasn't, it was the sale by date, not the use by date, which is different. I don't know if that happens anywhere else in the world, but in the UK and the EU you've got a sale by date and a use by date, and usually the sale by date is usually like maybe like 5-6, maybe at 5 days before, or maybe a week, depending on what product it is. So with unsalted butter is really good because it's again like heavy cream, like double cream to us, and you do get whipping cream. You can use double cream as well, which is what I used to use, and I used to use blackthorn salt, which I actually found a video in my phone of me using it back in 2001 for this. And what I used to do with my butter is I used to freeze it once I had done it, so again you just take it out whenever you need it. You can also do it like in little patty type circles or whatever shape, or if you've got a mold that you want to use, I also have the silicone molds that you get on Amazon for butter. And again, the extracted animal fat, like you've got ghee, there's again you've got your lard, duck fat, and you also have your beef fat, which is your dripping. Again, any sort of fatty meats that you use, you can drain that off and you can keep it in a jar, which I tend to use, like, as I'm standing at my island right now, I use like these jars, and what I do is I sterilise them, as you do in the oven with the hot water, and then I will keep, because I've got a chicken schmaltz one in my fridge right now, which I collect when I bake chicken or chicken thighs, and I just take all the goodness out of that, and then I can use it for cooking, because it's actually a better way of cooking meat, in my honest opinion, and veggies, is to use animal fat. It's better for you. There's no refined oils and things like that cause inflammation in your body. And again, mozzarella. Again, I used to make my own cheese as well with milk, because I used to separate the curds in the whey by depending on what you use to actually separate the curds in the whey, whether you used vinegar or you used lemon juice. That actually is what different cheese, you get cottage cheese or ricotta, however you pronounce it. And again, mozzarella, again, very, very easy, simple. It might sound crazy extravagant or crazy complex. It's actually not, the way he actually describes it. And he does really good videos that are really, really informative. Again, I've never tasted ricotta like it when you make it yourself. It's so fresh, so light, and you will never get a fresher one than making it yourself. And it's literally boiling milk and using, like I said, lemon juice. The lemon comes right through as well. So yeah, like you said, they're looking here, step by step. Hot sauce as well, which I most likely would make from vegetables, from chilies that I grow in my garden. I wouldn't use that or any of these. Pesto is what I make myself. I usually make a kale one, because I was growing a lot of kale. Mayonnaise, again, don't even like making it myself. It's one of those pet peeves. Being autistic, that's a food that I can't deal with, but I do make it for hobby. But I just can't eat it myself. Jalapeno salsa, flavoured meals, again, katsu sauce, everything. And you've got breads here as well from scratch, which is something that I was actually really looking forward to doing, because I do have a bread machine. I have the Kenwood bread maker. See, sourdough bread, again, once you get a good starter with a sourdough, that's it, sugar bread for life. Again, the rolls look ridiculous good. And then again, in America, dinner rolls are a big thing. You didn't really get dinner rolls really here. I don't think you did anyway. I never had them as part of a meal here. But you would in restaurants and stuff, and you still do. In a lot of places. Again, there's hot dog buns there too. Grocery store white bread. Now again, grocery store white bread in America to the UK is totally different. Again, just the way we do it. A bagel loaf, again, I would totally eat that. Joshua should do a video on like some sort of high protein bread, so I can literally eat bread for the rest of my life. As long as it's high protein, low sugar, hit my macros. Fresh pasta, again, people again might not think, oh, can I do this? Yeah, you can. There's plenty of ways to do it. Again, for my Kenwood chef, there's so many pasta attachments, and the brass ones are the best. English muffins, again, don't really like them. Again, cornbread, I make that with chili. The tortillas is really good, and at the end of one is, there's a few Robert Rodriguez movies that he does like the extra videos, and there's one of him actually making his family's recipe for tortillas as well, which is pretty cool. Lady fingers, again, that sounds wrong. Graham crackers, again, like a digestive. I make my own digestive as well for when I'm making cheesecake. So again, breakfasts, basically showing you different techniques and things like that. Perfect boiled eggs. I love the layout of this book. I really, really do, and I'm glad I bought it. I just wish that the recipe for the biryani was in it. The congee as well. There's plenty of recipes in here. I actually bought it for my husband, even though it's sitting on my island. Again, cinnamon rolls. They don't look as good as the ones from a place called Grow. I'm very particular about who makes my cinnamon rolls, and most places just don't do it here in the UK. So, French toast, pancakes. Again, ricotta pancakes would be really good for someone who was high protein because of the protein from the cheese. Again, it's using the things that he's shown you at the start of the book and incorporating them into other recipes, which is really, really good, really, really smart. Again, all the things that you're all these skills that you're learning, you can implement them into other dishes, not just in his book, but in your everyday life. So, have I tried other recipes from this book? Not yet, but the beer battered fish, I do use that anyway. I got a really good recipe from the Hairy Bikers Mum's No Best book. I think it's the first one. Mum's No Best. I absolutely love the Hairy Bikers. They're awesome. So again, crispy skin fish. If there's something that you struggle with, there's probably a recipe in here with the basics that would help you overcome that. Give you more confidence to do other things. Again, the perfect steak. How do you take your steak? I'm more of a blue rare. Used to be well done. Had to be completely, basically cooked all the way through. Now I'm just like, how long is this taking? I just want to eat my steak now. What cut do you like? Again, being keto, it was always ribeye, fatty ribeye, fatty, fat. Because on keto, people look at you because you're eating the fattiest things and you're not gaining weight, and they're just usually, how the hell's that happening? So, yes, I'm now fillet steak. Yep, high protein and like 0 fat. Chicken parm, absolutely love it. Again, I got a really good gluten-free version that uses almond flour, which is really good. I use almond flour, and I also use milled linseed, I think, as well. And again, lower calories. And if you have issues with gluten like myself, you've just got to be careful. Then that's a really good idea too. Katsu chicken as well. Don't really like pork chops. See, chicken breast is actually good. I'm not sure, does he use sous vide here? I'm not sure if this is the one where... Yeah, he does. He uses sous vide here. He uses a sous vide in the actual high protein recipes that he was actually doing a few... last month. It was in January he was doing it. And I would love a sous vide. So it's something that we've both actually wanted, my husband and I. So it's on the list as the next thing to buy, even though it got shunted down the list for computer components and new gaming chairs. But hey, we'll get there eventually. Love duck. Again, chicken fried steak. Again, an American thing, not really a UK thing. Again, pot roast. Chicken nuggets as well. pasta and sandwiches. Again, we don't have a lot of these places that they actually have. Like Popeyes, we don't have that here. So I wouldn't even know how it tasted. Probably if I did eventually go to the States, it would be having a Popeyes chicken and then saying it tastes like crap because I've tasted Joshua's being better. Again, BLT wouldn't eat that. But again, it looks very pretty. Don't really like that either. Again, but he makes food look delicious even if you wouldn't. And grilled cheese. Everybody loves grilled cheese. Again, we make them different here in the UK. And we also call them toasties. No grilled cheese. But you don't usually butter the outside unless you're actually putting them in a toasty maker. Fried Brussels sprouts now. Again, love them in the air fryer. Love them with a wee bit of bacon. Delicious. Look at that caramelisation. You're just making me hungry. I haven't eaten today. I've had my coffee. That's about it. So yes, you've got really, really nice, amazing dishes with the skills, like I said at the start of the book, building your confidence in cooking in the kitchen, whether it's for yourself or your family, making people interested in eating food, good food as well, with really good ingredients, simple ingredients. And I know why it's #1, because it is such an amazing book. I'm a bit late to the party, I get it. The book's been out for a while, but I'm just giving you my opinion, honestly. Egg drop soup, again, high in protein. And again, you can like substitute things, like especially for keto. You could use, you don't even need to use cornstarch to thicken things, because the one I used to make was literally the bone broth that I used to make. Eggs, chicken, and some green veggies, because again on keto. But instead of using soy, you can use liquid aminos. That's what I used to use. Not a problem there. A lot of these recipes you could adapt if there is people with different health or diets within your household. There's always a way to adapt a recipe like that. The simplest chocolate cake, again, is it as soft as mine? Most likely not. It doesn't look like from the picture. Don't come for me. Sticky buns sounds dodgy. Again, cinnamon rolls with all that. I couldn't eat all that stuff on top. It looks nice, but just thinking about it, it just baffles my wee brain, man. Key lime pie, don't like stuff like that. Don't like, bananas, no, and desserts. Ultimate chocolate cookie. I think this will be a recipe that I do try. I've tried Rosanna Pansino. She does a really good one as well. And I've had hers. There's another recipe again from the Hairy Bikers that's from their World of Food. And it's an Amsterdam cookie, a Dutch cookie that's made with a dry caramel that you make, and I just adapt that with chocolate chips and caramel or fudge sometimes, depending on what my son wants at that time. But that cookie looks delicious. I love you know what it's like with a cookie. Are you a crunchy cookie person? Are you a soft cookie person? Do you like both? Do you like it to be like kind of crunchy and caramelized on the outside like I do? And then when you just hold it and move it and it just breaks. There's no snap, there's just slow motion of a cookie. That's my cookie, and that's what that looks like. I like them just out of the oven, so they're pretty much molten hot, but that's just me. Again, that would be maybe a good idea to try this recipe in the Ninja Creamy, which I actually have. I bought it last year because the sugar-free high protein ice creams here are full of crap. That's the nicest way I could put it without being profanity, because there's loads of binders and crap in them and it makes me very, very sick and I can't have them. So I use my Ninja Creamy to make protein ice cream that I can eat any day and any time for any meal, because it's technically a health food. With unsweetened almond milk and protein powder, and it's usually mint chocolate chip, and I use my favourite chocolate, like ever. There's not, I think I've got like 2 of these bars left, because I bought like an 8-pack or something. So yeah, this is my favourite, Absolute Montezuma Black. There's nothing bad in it, it's just plain and simply 100% cocoa dark chocolate with mint, and I put that in, how much do I usually put in? 25 grams I put in. I shave it really, really finely. Again, The coffee ice cream would maybe be good with like chocolate covered coffee beans maybe, because again I've got them for hubby and my son. Tiramisu now, that's I think my husband's favourite dessert apart from cheesecake is a tiramisu. So I might have to make this. That's 2 recipes so far that I would make. Russian tea cakes, I've never heard of them. Yeah, although yes. Russian tea cakes. Now, when they're talking about the Mexican wedding cookies, I made them in secondary school for part of my home ec exam. We were to pick a country, and Mexico, it was only Mexico or Italy was left, and I was just like, everybody will expect tiramisu and pasta. So I went with Mexico because, again, it was the 90s, so therefore there wasn't loads and loads. I think Old El Paso was like the only range that you had here. But no, I made the Mexican wedding cookies, and I made them really cinnamony, like really, really cinnamony, because I really, really like cinnamon. And it was only like maybe my teacher and myself, and when I took them home, my family liked them, no one else did, because they said they were like spicy. I was like, I'm doing Mexico, so what's your problem? So yeah, that's really good. So I would maybe try doing that. So that's 3. So we've went for the recipes from this book are all sweet. It gives you a clue that I'm more of a sweet tooth than a savoury. And again, I'll mention when I was keto, I didn't actually crave sweet things. I didn't. Because I was satiated with the fat and all the meats. Sorry. Peanut butter cookies. Again, your homemade peanut butter at the start of the book. And you can make them. You could probably do it with any other sort of butter. Hazelnut, pistachio, cashew, whatever. So, this is the Joshua Weissman book, and it just tells you a wee bit at the back. And oh my god, I don't even know who touched the back of this. Because I've not got all the way to the back of this book before, so. He's eccentric. Yeah, I would say so. Over the top. Lots of people would actually say that about me too when it comes to me creating meals and dishes, and with special occasions and stuff, when I'm trying to make it incredibly special and personalised for the person, especially when I'm doing my 3D cakes and stuff. I try and make it as customised and one-off. Like, all my cakes are never the same. I always make them slightly different, especially when I've done a few Harry Potter ones, and I've always made them different because I don't want people to have the same cake, because who the hell wants that? So again, lover of food, and he's been almost a decade of cooking professionally. I don't think he was that old. Again, talking about his YouTube, Facebook, TikTok and Instagram, and he currently resides in Texas and plans to push the world of food further than it has ever gone before. Well, I hope you do, and I wish you all the luck in the world, Mr. Joshua Weissman. Joshua Weissman. So, would I buy another one of Joshua's books? Yeah, why not? I would. I really like the simplicity of the book. It makes things really, really easy. And again, just because I'm a more competent cook compared to someone else, it's universal in my opinion. I think anybody will be able to pick up that book and do anything in it, and no matter what level or your skill. And it's really, really good the way it's been thought out. So well done, Joshua. I give you a thumbs up, even though I was cussing you and cursing you last week, but the dish was delicious, and hopefully I will try a few recipes from this book and I will review them too. Is there any other cookbooks that you would like me to review? I have plenty. I did get rid of a chunk because I had like 2 bookshelves full, and there's only certain ones that I use all the time. The Glasgow Cook School or Cookery School, which is the Roe School book, which is a book that's over 100 years old. It's been republished many, many times. Where it's a classic, it's simple to this, but there's no pictures and things like that really. It's like an old school book. I don't even think I've got it in the kitchen now, or I would show you the book, because I've got the one from about 10 no, about 12 years ago that was re-released. I don't think it's in here. I'm trying to check because I do have a few in here. No, Harry Bakers are in here though. Tons and tons of books, tons of old school books from like going into charity shops and stuff and finding really good finds. Is there any other chefs you think I should try that's not Jamie Oliver? Yes, he's wrecked a lot of recipes. Although he has wrecked a few recipes, and Uncle Roger has named and shamed him for the world to see, the universe to see. So, this is Darcy Darkness, and this was my review of Joshua Weissman's Unapologetic Cookbook that you can get from Amazon and most likely other places, but I get mine at Amazon. Or you can go onto his website, and there's lots of recipes on there, which takes you to the videos on YouTube if you want to learn from if you want to visually learn basically, along with the book and along with these recipes. Tell me what you think. Have you tried Joshua Weissman's book? Have you tried any of his recipes that are not in this book, are not featured in this book? Give me your suggestions below in the comments. Tell me what I should make. Or would you like to see me cook someone else's or review someone else's book? Honestly, and from, as I said, an artistic point of view. I'm Darcy Darkness, and this is Behind the Mash Reviews. Thank you for watching my videos, liking, sharing, adding me. Please add me to YouTube if you like the content. Share it if you think it will maybe help someone. Add me to Instagram, and also Twitch. I will never have TikTok, so you can't find me on there. And I'll see you in the next one. Laters.